Well, hey crafty friends, whoops, it's Hiedi Scott with DiyDreaming, and on this video tutorial we're going to make a fun Dollar Tree Plus tray in black and white, and then we're going to do some really fun edging. So let me show you what's going to be involved. This is the Dollar Tree tray, the Dollar Tree Plus, but you can get stuff like this everywhere. I purchased this at Dollar Tree, I don't know, several weeks ago. And this is what the tag looked like. It was $5, which is pretty decent. It's not the best quality, but it works. Okay, so then, before I came live, I gave it one coat of Waverly white paint, and I diluted it a little bit, so it's hard to tell on the screen, but it almost looks like kind of a whitewash. It's not like a solid white. We're going to be using a Scrubby sponge from the grocery store. This is just cut into smaller pieces with some ink. We're going to be crafting on some of this parchment paper from Dollar Tree, and we're going to use this amazing rub-on transfer from MagnoliaDIY.com. It's called Take Flight. So I haven't done a ton of transfers. I hope it's going to work out good. So this has just one coat of the white paint. Okay, so what I did, because there's gaps here, I laid my rub-on transfer on the back and I drew lines. Okay, I'm going to cut it into 4 pieces and work with each piece individually. So how is everyone doing today? Are you having a good day? I hope so. Hopefully this will work. You know, sometimes you just don't know. It is a beautiful transfer though. It's got like French script. It has butterflies on it. And if Debbie from Driftwood and Shine is on, Debbie, I forgot we were supposed to talk at 3:30. So as soon as I'm finished here, I will give you a call. Sorry about that. Okay, I have 4 pieces and I want to make sure that I get them put on here in the right order. Okay, you guys can see that? All right, so let's start. It really doesn't even matter where we start. We're just gonna, this is what a transfer is. I know a lot of people call stencils transfers. I don't know how that started, but stencils are not transfers. Stencils are stencils. You put a medium on top of them and it goes through the holes. It stencils it. A transfer is something that you rub on. So these transfers, you want to take the back carrier sheet off, and then I'm going to lay it down where I think I'm going to want it. And I'm going to put all of the pieces on, and then we'll rub. So at Magnolia DIY, you can see that Magnolia has a few transfers. That is a product category that they are loving and planning to do more and more. Is this right? Yes. So these are slightly sticky, and you just pull the back off, which is where I drew my line. And I'll lift this up in just a second to show you what we've got going on here. The fun part is going to be the second part. So stay with me. We're going to do some distressing using a kitchen scrubby sponge. And that's really fun. If you haven't tried it yet, you definitely should. Okay, so I've got this on there. See how it's basically going to look? I contemplated adding some little legs so it would be an elevated tray, but then I saw my friend Cheryl from Home of My Making just did one of these similar kind of trays with legs on it. So I was like, no, I won't put legs on mine. I'm just going to do a transfer, and then I'm going to do the kitchen scrubby sponge thing. Okay, so you can use a jumbo popsicle stick, or who remembers these? These were from Pampered Chef, and they were meant to scrub your stones to get the crusty bits and stuff off. And I'm going to try this first because I think that's going to work great. So with a transfer, basically what you're going to start doing is just rubbing it on. And then you're going to pick up an end. The hardest part is to get it to start. Oh, oops. There we go, it's starting to come on. Let's try this for a second. That might work better. And you can see when your transfer is starting to actually transfer to the surface, because it becomes kind of a little bit foggy looking, if that makes any sense. It's where the design is coming off of this front transfer sheet and it's sticking to your surface. This is a workout. I'm going to turn on my overhead fan. Thank you for sprinkling. Okay, so let's just peek. Let me get one of my little stir sticks. Those are sometimes easier to pick up a corner with. Okay, it's starting to... Let me hold this up for you. So you just want to gently pull it up and be kind of looking to see, does it look like you missed any areas? Because if you do, you want to lay it back down and rub that little area, especially when it's letters. I have no idea what this says. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I majored in French in college. I don't know what I thought I would be, but then after I graduated with an undergraduate degree, I was not ready to do the full adulting yet. So my uncle was a lawyer, and I persuaded my parents to let me stay in school a little bit longer and go to law school. And then, when I was done with that, then I did the full adulting thing. And that was, the French thing is not super useful for me, but it is something that I love. Some people just have the right brain anatomy that they can pick up languages pretty easy, and that's how I was. So it's fun when we're traveling to, I speak a little Spanish too, and at one point I did speak a little bit of Italian. I took a year of German, but it's great to be able to have that language. I'm sorry, this is boring to watch. I'm going to get this one and then one next to it done, and then we're going to move on to the fun part. I don't know which one I like better, if I like this better, or if I like using that Pampered Chef scraper. And Magnolia is planning to come out with a tool for this rubbing process on their transfers. It's really pretty. Okay, we're getting there. We're almost done with this first. Okay, and so look, it transferred, because it's a transfer, all of what was on this sheet to the project. And sometimes you're going to get some of that on your fingers, which is not a super huge deal, I don't think. I want to get this particular piece on because this is where the butterflies are, that I think are going to look so great with the edging that we're going to do with these sponges. Let's take a peek and see how this is coming along. And you're just going to slowly lift this clear top off. I see a spot that I missed. Try to rub it down. There we go. If you yank it off, and you didn't get every single bit of the design transferred, then you'll have a hard time getting it on. So I think the best thing is just to take it off slowly and to peek as you're going along. Anyways, tell me in the comments if you speak any foreign languages and which one. And have you used it? My foreign language is so funny. At this stage of the game, I probably speak more Spanish than French because we've traveled more places where there are Spanish-speaking people. But when you are immersed in a place where there is a foreign language, for me, how it kind of all starts is I'll start to have dreams in French or Spanish. And then I know that it's coming back. It's like riding a bicycle, I guess. Of course, my doing the male, the masculine and feminine, and using the right tense in the verbs, and German is even more complicated. That doesn't just come back automatically. But being able to understand does, for sure. Just one little spot right here. It's really wanting okay, I'm going to let it come up. Because I want to be finished with this one so we can start what's going to be fun here. I don't think there's necessarily anything that you... Oh, Czechoslovakian! Wow, Rosemary! That's amazing. Did you grow up speaking that as a child? You don't hear very many people that speak Czechoslovakian. I don't think, as far as this tray goes, that I'm going to necessarily have to seal it or anything unless I'm thinking that I'm going to put something that could be hot or wet on it. But I'm just going to use this as a tray here in this craft room. Okay, and here you can see on here, there's just a few little bits that didn't get transferred. Look at it. Isn't that cool? I think it's really fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to finish these two sections off camera because I think watching me scrape, rub a rub-on transfer on is super boring. I'm going to do this edging just on a couple pieces of parchment paper. Have you discovered these from Dollar Tree yet? They are great because you can reuse them if you want, and there's no cleanup after. You just either reuse them or throw them away. And that's really all there is to it. Okay. And I need to grab a plate. Okay, we're using ink for our edging. I'm just going to put a blob. We'll probably need more. And this paint from Waverly is very thick. So I think it's good to add just a teeny bit of moisture to it. Okay, I'm going to take, this was once a full sponge in my kitchen that I have not used. And I cut it into 6 pieces. I've used them over and over. When you're all done with your project, you just wash them out in the sink and let them air dry. I think this kind of edging works the best when you work with a dry sponge. I've tried getting this wet before I did it, and it didn't work as well. So basically what's going to happen is this black paint is going to get sort of caught on different parts of this tray, and the lumpy bumpy parts, okay? The first pass is always kind of stressful. I want it to be on both the inside and the outside. Don't want to drop it. And I'm going to put a little bit along here too. Yes, we're definitely going to need more. This is why I opted to not put, 2 coats of white paint on, because I did want to get this sort of distressed look. Come on. for Pete's sake. Oh, and I want to get a wipe because I've gotten a blob of it from my hands probably already here, which would probably be just fine, but let's just get that off while we can. Oh, there we go. I feel like I have a little more control over what I'm doing with the sponge because it's smaller. Okay, so let's do this part too. Isn't that cool? And it dries super fast. So when I'm done with this video, I will finish rubbing my transfer on. And I might even up a few areas if I have some areas that are darker. Isn't that cool? I'm not sure that I could do any other parts of the tray like the inside. I think that might be hard to get to. Do you guys like this project? It's so different. Yesterday, we made this. Well, no, the day before we made this. Didn't it turn out pretty? I love it. I love this one better than that super colorful one. So we're completely switching gears and doing this black and white tray project today just to mix it up. Who else speaks a foreign language? Anyone? I like to have a heavier amount. Get my fingers cleaned off. I'll show it to you. Quick and easy. Super easy. I may come back and do some legs. I don't know. But look how cool the edges are. So I will for sure get close-up pictures. And I'll put them here in the comments. I will also take pictures just to put on DIY Dreaming. Let me know what you think about this project. Oh, and if you want a link to the transfer, just say link. And I'll send you a link, a supply list that's going to tell you this is a $5 tray from Dollar Tree. We used these Waverly paints. We used the rub-on transfer and the kitchen sponge. So just let me know if you would like a link so you can hop over and look at anything. Hope that you have a blessed and wonderful rest of your day. And I will see you guys tomorrow for something fun. I'm not sure what. I have multiple things in the works. But it'll be something fun and something different. Something probably related to either faith, family, or flowers. And Susie says she speaks a little Dutch, but she understands more Dutch than what she speaks. Yeah, that's kind of how my French and Spanish are. I understand more. I sound like a 3-year-old when I'm speaking, you know. But anyways, okay. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later. Bye.